airplanes amazing? They're so big, yet they can still lift up off the ground, carrying all those people going to places all over the world. I happen to know that the plane we just watched take off from South Bend International Airport was headed for Chicago, Illinois. But other planes may be headed for Texas or Florida or Nevada. And from there, you could take planes to anywhere in the world. Hi, I'm Lynn with the St. Joseph County Public Library. Not all planes these days are really big. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. But back when planes were first being made, more than 100 years ago, they tended to be on the small side. This pretty little airplane has a big name, Lockheed Vega 5B, and it was flown by a woman named Amelia Earhart. Amelia is famous for being a pilot in the early days of flying who broke lots of records for soaring high, flying fast, and going far. Many people don't think of her as the best female pilot ever. She had to work hard at flying. She didn't win all the races she entered, and many other women were breaking records too. But she is known far and wide as being a brave and adventurous pilot. She did a lot to get people interested in airplanes and to see that women can accomplish amazing things just like men do. One flying record Amelia set was to be the first woman to fly nonstop, all by herself, across the Atlantic Ocean. She did this in 1932 in that little red plane we saw earlier. It was a long and dangerous trip. She would sip tomato juice through a straw to keep herself going through the almost 15 hours it took to fly from a spot in Canada across the ocean to Europe. Clouds and fog made it hard for her to see, and the winds buffeted her around. Her plane's wings would get covered with ice, making it really heavy and hard to fly if she flew too high where it was cold. But if she flew too low, she might crash into the waves. And the device that told her where she was flying had broken. Then, to add to her troubles, the plane that was jammed full with tanks of fuel had one of them begin to leak. What if it caught fire? Because of these problems, Amelia decided to land sooner than she planned. She was going to sit down on the first piece of land she saw, which turned out to be in Northern Ireland, in a little pasture. And a farmer walked up to her and he said, "Have you come far?" And she laughed and said, "All the way from America." In a time when many people still thought women were not strong or smart enough to do some jobs, Amelia showed that women certainly could do them. She said women must try to do the same things men try. If they fail, their failures must be a challenge to others. In 1937, Amelia tried flying all the way around the world, at the equator, which is the widest part of Earth. But somewhere along the line, something must have happened because she and her plane disappeared. No one's been able to figure out what happened. But women and men continued to fly, and they continued to make bigger and better airplanes. Now people can fly in comfort all over the world. Let's pretend we're flying. Flying fast, flying slow, flying high and flying low, swooping and swirling through the air. Wings and engines take us everywhere. Let's land. Where are we? We're in Antarctica. Can you move like a penguin? Let's fly somewhere else and see what we find. Where are we now? We're in Botswana. Can you roar like a lion? Let's take off again. in Brazil. It has flamingos standing on one foot. Can you? Let's fly home. It's fun to travel, but it's great to go home. I'm home. I'm gonna do a happy dance. Wanna join me? Where else would you like to fly to? It's fun to fly in airplanes, real or pretend, but it's also fun to make your own paper airplanes. I'm going to put a link to a website that shows you how to make all sorts of shapes for planes. If you would like to learn more about Amelia Earhart, other amazing women, and more about airplanes, there are plenty of books to check out at the library. Well, thanks for joining me today. Goodbye. Have fun.